Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here on the Bucks and Six channel. And today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, I'm going to show some cards that I pulled out of some boxes that hadn't been looked at for many years. This weekend I went to a card show. If you watched my previous episode, my last episode, I showed some cards that I picked up at the card show. And I also, being in the mood to kind of dig into my collection after the card show, I dug out boxes that are just labeled random mixed commons. These are boxes that contain cards from my childhood. They contain cards from blaster boxes that I've opened over the years in a variety of sports and a variety of different companies. And you just never know what you're going to find in these boxes. But I hadn't looked through many of those boxes in a very long time. So I thought I wanted just to check it out and see what treasures I could unearth digging through those boxes. And if you've seen some of my previous episodes, also, I organize my collection not not real well. I don't organize it by player or by year or anything, or even by sport for that matter. I basically have categories of cards where I put cards into either penny lane, which are cards that I just put in penny sleeves. I have cards that are in top loader land where I have put cards in top loaders. I have one touch town and I have slab city. And so as I went through these random mixed commons boxes, I found many, many cards that I felt like I wanted to upgrade into one of these other categories. I'm not going to bore you by going through all of the penny lane cards I pulled out, or even showing you all of the top loader land cards that I pulled out, but I did select a decent stack here that I just thought I'd show today. And a lot of these are Hall of Famers. Some of them aren't Hall of Famers, but they're players that just have some special meaning to me. So without any further ado, I'm going to kind of show and talk about this stack of cards I found. So the first card, this is a Hall of Famer. This is Don Sutton, the 1979 Topps Don Sutton card. He's a Hall of Famer, and he does have a little bit of a special meaning to me too, being that he was a member of the 1982 Brewers, who were the only Brewers team that made it to the World Series. So found that little gem, so I thought I'd pull that out and put it in top loader land. The next one here is Cesar Cedeno. Don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Maybe I don't know 100%, but I was just really a good player, and saw this card. It's not perfectly centered, but it's a nice looking card. Cesar Cedeno, 1979 Topps. The next one is one of my childhood favorites, Teddy Higuera. He was a Brewer when I was a kid and in middle school and high school. Probably our best pitcher of that era back in the mid 80s. And the 1987 Donruss set was one of the sets. I think if I had to pick one set that I probably opened the most packs from when I was a kid, it was probably this one, the 87 Donruss. And this Teddy Higuera, thought I deserved to be pulled out of the dusty box and put it in the top loader. Next card here is a 1985 Donruss. I always liked the 85 Donruss cards. This is another set that I collected pretty heavily when I was a kid. I put together the entire thing by opening up packs. But this is a Joe Morgan, and I am pretty sure that this is the last Joe Morgan card that was ever made of him, at least for Donruss. I'm sure there's Fleer and Topps as well. But 85, I think, was the last time he appeared on a baseball card. So pretty sharp looking card too. And these 85 Donruss cards are notorious for being off-centered, and this one definitely is off-centered. It's even a little bit diamond cut, but there's more to cards than just how well centered they are. This one has some meaning because I know I ripped that out of a pack when I was a kid. And Joe Morgan, RIP, Hall of Famer. All right, next card is a Reggie Jackson. This is an 87 Topps Reggie Jackson, and I gotta believe that this is his last card too. This is from the update set or the traded set. The 52T indicates that, and different color back on this. I'm guessing that, and I don't remember this specifically, but I'm guessing that Reggie wanted to finish his career with Oakland. So late in his career, he got sent to Oakland. I don't remember that being an 87, but that's what my best guess is. Next two cards actually kind of go together. I'll show them together. These are two rookie cards of two Hall of Famers, John Schmaltz and Craig Biggio. I really did not remember that I had these cards at all, and they're both rookie cards. And of course, they don't carry a whole lot of weight being from the junk wax era, but I know these cards, if they are graded at 10s, they could have some value to them, but I don't have any designs on sending these in to get graded. But just knowing that these two guys were Hall of Fame players from my childhood, I do have some fond memories of watching these guys play. So I pulled those out of the stack. So we'll put those on the stands. The next few, I guess the next one is from the same set as well. This is Nolan Ryan. This is late in his career. You can see, holy smokes, you can see the the humongous line of stats that he has there. This is the 87 top or 89 tops card. Late in his career. Next one again is another Hall of Famer, one of my favorites of all time, Robin Yount. Again, very late in his career. You can see all the stats that he accumulated prior to this card, but nice card. And keeping on this theme from the same set, Teddy Higuera, another Teddy Higuera card. He was, like I mentioned before, one of the best pitchers for the Brewers from that era, and really like this photograph of him, this action shot of him throwing the ball down the barrel here. Not a Hall of Famer, but definitely in the Brewers Hall of Fame. He definitely one of the Brewers' all-time great players. And then the last one I pulled from that particular set, this is the Bo Jackson. Not a rookie card, but one of his earlier cards. And I honestly didn't remember ever seeing this card. Obviously, I pulled it out of a pack at some point in my life, but I didn't remember it. And so when I saw it sitting in that random mixed commons box, I thought it doesn't belong in the commons box. There's the Bo Jackson. All right, the next two, probably the only person on earth that will have any appreciation for these is my Aunt Lori. I pulled these two cards out. Steve Dillard was a family friend of my Aunt Lori's. She grew up in Illinois and was a gigantic Cubs fan. And Steve Dillard was a player that I don't know if he was a friend or a relative. Actually, I should get my story straight before I start talking about it on the internet. But Lori had a connection to Steve Dillard, and I remember at one point in time, I had tracked down every single one of Steve Dillard's Topps cards that were ever printed, and gave them to her. I spiffed them up, put them in some one touches, and gave them to her as a gift. But I found these two in my random mixed commons box, so I pulled them out, and I'm going to show them some love in my collection too. What's important to Lori is important to me. So those two kind of go together, and the next two also go together. This is an unusual find for me. These are Hall of Fame Steeler football cards. One is Mel Blount, and the other one is L.C. Greenwood. I don't collect a ton of football cards, but I do have a lot of cards from the early 80s, 84 and 85 particularly, and then a smattering of cards from before then and a little bit after then. But these two cards, and I have to apologize, I don't even know what year this one is. I should. Looks like 1979 Topps. But those were kind of cool cards. They're a little bit beat up, but I don't care too much about condition here when I'm pulling cards out of boxes that were covered in dust in my closet. So snagged those and brought them out, so get them some love in the hobby here. The next two cards are a couple of hockey cards that really I pulled out just because my brother is a big fan of the Winnipeg Jets, and a couple of Metal Universe cards of some outstanding players for the Jets. This is Connor Hellebuck, their outstanding goalie. Many think that he is maybe the best goalie in the game. And Mark Scheifele, if I remember right, I think he just became the all-time leading scorer in the franchise's history. So thought they were deserving of some time in the limelight. Getting down here to the bottom of my stack. These aren't, cards that are super valuable, but I just thought, they needed to come out of the box and get some love. The next one is a card that I pulled out of a holiday pack a few years ago. This is Quinn Priester. It's a rookie card of Quinn Priester. At the time, he was kind of an unknown to me Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher, and so it didn't occur to me to pull him out of the box and give him any kind of attention. But now that he is a Milwaukee Brewer and he was one of the best Brewers on our staff this weekend. Oh, my light just kind of went out here. See if I can get that to come back on. If not, we'll just finish off I guess we'll have to finish off the episode with just the one light. Maybe I'll reposition it to get a little better. I don't know. Got a little funky light going on, but Quinn Priester is now one of the Brewers' top pitchers. He won. The Brewers won something like 18 or 19 games in a row that he started in, and so he definitely won over a lot of Brewer fans this year. So wanted to pull him out and give him some love. The next one is just a cool looking Aaron Judge card. This is a Stadium Club card from a special game in Iowa where they were honoring the movie When You Build It, They Will Come. And so they took this picture of him in the outfield in the corn. I just thought that was a pretty cool picture. So I'll put that up here. Give that Aaron Judge card some love. The next one is a picture of Larry Doby. This is from Heritage, I want to say, or was it Archives? I'm not sure. But Larry Doby was the first African-American player to play for the American League. And he doesn't get as much love as Jackie Robinson does for being the first player in Major League Baseball. Or the one that broke the color barrier. But Larry Doby was right on his heels, and so I found this card kind of lurking in my box, so I pulled that out. Wanted to give that some love too. And then the last one I have is a Diamond Kings card of Dave Parker as a Brewer. Not very many people remember that Dave Parker played for the Milwaukee Brewers. He played for us just for one season, and I didn't even know that I had a Milwaukee Brewer card of Dave Parker until I came across this beautiful Diamond Kings card. So since this is the only card of him as a Brewer, I thought I'd pull it out. I do really enjoy collecting Dave Parker. He's one of the guys that I really collect quite a bit in my PC. So I was very happy to have found this particular card. So stick that here on that one. So I apologize for the lighting kind of went wonky there in the middle of it. My lighting never is all that great, but it even got worse today. But at any rate, I've gone on for almost 15 minutes, so I'll wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you have those boxes, those random mixed commons boxes, I'm sure most of you do, go back and look through them every once in a while, because sometimes you find some treasures that you didn't remember you had. And some cards, like the Quinn Priester that I pulled out, that has more meaning or different meaning now than it did at the time. So you find lots of cool things when you look back through those boxes. So until next time, enjoy the hobby and stay true to yourself.